to join us today. Today we are joined by humble colleagues Edward Oguz, Eric calling from Ghana, David calling from RC Madi Nairobi, and Kairia calling from Zanzibar. Edward, please, you have some words for us before we begin the meeting.
Thank you, Ken. Hello, everyone. Hello, David. Hello, Kairia. Hello, Goose, and hello, Eric. Nice to meet you. Nice to meeting all of you once again. And I think when I came, I hear a different language. So I was like, okay, I think I have to leave. Maybe this is not the meeting, but I realized that it was the meeting. But nice to meet all of you once again. And I hope we are going to have a good presentation from David and Cool today also. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Edward. This is the right meeting. Oguz, please greet us.
Hi, Kenneth. Hi, everyone. I was really enjoying the multiplicity of languages there. Hello, everyone. Good to see everybody again.
Thank you, Oguz. Looking also very warm and ready to hear from everyone. Thank you so much, Oguz, for joining us. David, please greet us. David from RCMID.
Hi, everyone. My name is David Ongo. I work at RCMID as a GIS analyst. I had promised I'll be making a presentation today, so I'm prepared for that. Looking forward to sharing whatever I've learned over time through DA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Eric Mwala from Ghana, please greet us.
Hello, greetings to all of you. I'm glad to meet you online today. I'm also looking forward to see some of the outcomes from what we have learned from our colleagues that represent today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eric. Kairia, please greet us.
Hello. Nice to meet you again. Thank you very much.
So thank everyone for joining us, and for the purposes of time, since David mentioned that he is also prepared, I wish to choose between Kairia and David, and maybe ladies first to present her use case. Kairia, over to you, madam.
Thank you very much. Let me open the presentation first. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Ken, for giving me this valuable opportunity to present my use case on monitoring coastal erosion. And the area that I worked with is northeast coast of Zanzibar. The northeast coast of Zanzibar is among the eight identified growth zone area in Zanzibar. And these areas are under intensive urbanization and tourism proliferation, because the areas are designated growth zone in Zanzibar, with a drastic increase in tourism activities, increasing settlement expansion, and coastal development. Also, the coast is experiencing rapid population growth in the recent decades that is highly influenced by coastal migration. All these factors, coupled with the global changes and sea level rise that have severely degraded the coastal erosion and the coastline in the area. In this use case, I performed analysis by involving remote sensing technique and Landsat 8 with 30-meter resolution between 2013 and 2020, and with a time step of 1 year. And The coastal erosion was approached through the analysis ready data sets from Digital Earth Africa. And this is the area, as you see here, that I performed the analysis. So this is Kiwengwa, which is located at northeast of coastal area at Unguja Island in Zanzibar. These images represent the coastal changes, which is resulted from modified normalized difference water index. As we see here, the coastal area have been impacted by coastal erosion between 2013 and 2020. So this impact is progressively increasing over time. And therefore, I see that monitoring and management scheme having positively impacted the coastal conservation, which is paramount for the sustainable livelihoods and development in the coastal areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Karia, for sharing this good presentation and the opportunities that you've presented for us on how you're able to map the coast of Zanzibar and possibly moving beyond to Pemba and beyond. Thank you so much. I wish to ask if there's any question from any member in the audience. Thank you. So if there's no question from the audience, I wish to move over to David to give his presentation. Yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Boka, please.
Yes, hello everyone. I have just nice presentation. I have just one question. Can you tell us the amount of erosion? Can you did you quantify the erosion in this part, or did you have a plan to quantify it? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Boka. I think Karia was first looking at the overview of the coastal erosion and should be able to generate the statistics later. Primarily, the preliminary analysis is to show what has changed over time. And the notebook is being adjusted and to be able to give us the statistics of change, the exact acreage. I believe that is the objection, Dr. Boka. So that will be worked on later. Thank you so much, Dr. Boka. David, over to you, sir. David Ongo, ask my thing.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Can you be able to see my screen?
Yes, David.
Okay, so Kenya has been experiencing a few challenges, especially surrounding our lakes. For some time now, we've been experiencing rising levels of rising water levels in some of our Rift Valley lakes. So I took it upon myself as maybe one of the challenges that we can have a look at to try to examine some of the activities that we've learned over time to see if we can be able to apply it in real life and be able to see how we can be able to scale it up and probably advise some of our policy makers. So I decided to have a look at this, the rising water levels of the Rift Valley lakes. Within, we have quite a number of lakes. We have Lake Nakuru, which is also a national park. We have Lake Baringo and Bogoria, which are Ramsar sites, and Lake Bogoria is a designated World Heritage Site. We have Lake Naivasha. Hello? Are we okay?
Yes, David,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yes, we have Lake Naivasha, which is quite important, especially in fishing activities, as well as flower production and so on. We have Lake Elementaita and Olbolosat as well. So using some of the scripts and water observation from space, I decided to try and combine both aspects and be able to ascertain what exactly is going on. Is it true that the rising levels of our lake are rising? So I ran the first script using the activities that Dr. Mubea and Edward has been taking us through. And this was the kind of results I got. As you can see on my left panel, the lake looks a little bit small than expected. So going down, I realized it could be because of the image. This was the image of 2014. And on my right was the image of 2018. So I decided to a little bit change the dates. That's what okay, for this particular, the problem was the clouds. I tried to use the median to remove the clouds, but it was also, I think I must have missed scripting here and there. So I decided to utilize it as it is. So the second part, I decided to look for images that were cloud-free, and this is what I could get between 2013 and 2019. I think this is the most recent information that we can get from the data cube. And from running, I could see already there's a very big difference just from qualitatively, just by look of eyes. I don't know if you can be able to see my cursor. Hello.
Yes, David.
Can you see my cursor?
Yes, David.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So a place like this, if you compare it qualitatively using just our eyes, we can see the difference. So a little bit further, I decided to now get the final results, the differences over time between 2013 and 2019, where we have the green areas. Those are areas that we had no water before, but water had risen to that extent. We have majority of the areas that we had water, and then the land and where there was no water to no water. On the left panel, this is from the script. On the right panel, we have the situation from water observation from space. And the difference is also as a result of the years. This particular area shows the areas that have now, areas that are newly inundated. Statistically, somebody just asked maybe a similar question to show that the area has actually risen. Uh, this lake, according to documentation, official documentation, it's around 45 square kilometers. But we can already see from 2013 that it's been rising steadily. Please ignore the undershoots. We'll have to investigate what exactly those are, but it's been rising quite steadily up to the extent now it's around 59 or 58 around there. Just to show the actual differences in a high resolution image, this is 2000 and just a moment. I think I'll go back. This is 2000 and 2010. You can see the entrance to the park. And in 2019, we can see how much that place is currently flooded. Just to show exactly what I'm talking about, I'm showing something else again. This is the extent of the lake in 1973. Are we all together, Dr. Mubea?
Yes, David.
Yes.
This is indeed very informative.
Yeah, so this is the extent in 1973. So just with the pointers, 1973, moving around the lake. So moving around up to 2013, that's approximately where the phenomena start happening, actually in 2012, but the image for 2012 is not that good. You can already see where I placed my beacons that are now inside the water. And now currently, this is the situation. You can already see it's a very big area that is currently underwater. So the same thing I decided to run again on just to compare under WAFs. This is the result. I don't think if I can run it right now, you can. Yes, we can see. Well, I cannot point. I cannot point and move the slide at the same time, but you can see the difference around the edges of the lake on how much it has risen. I can point to all the lakes within our region. Let me just show one important one that was being highlighted a few days ago. Uh, this
Dave,
particular
please, we
place,
cannot see
it's
what
a
you are
dam.
doing.
It's, oh, really?
Yeah, you can only see the PowerPoint.
Okay, so I guess and the Google Earth Pro.
I think you
Can
only
you see
shared
anything
the
from?
PowerPoint. So no, you only shared the PowerPoint, so that's the only thing we can see. You didn't share your
Okay,
desktop.
just a moment. Okay, I've stopped sharing the PowerPoint. I'm not sharing my desktop. Can you see anything?
Yes, you can see now.
Okay. So right now I'm sharing the Google Earth engine just to showcase the changes that have been taking over time. And I was explaining that to show that what has been taking place over time, I placed pointers along the edges of Lake Nakuru. It's an important lake in Kenya. It doubles as a national park as well. And around it, this is the extent of the lake in 1973. So moving my slide up to around 2013, where I started the analysis. That's 2013. And you can already see between 2013 and 1973, my beacons are already inside the lake. And just to finish it up, in 2020 now, all the beacons are inside water. The lake has quite grown over time, and it's affecting already so many people. And I was trying to show an example around here. This is the usual entrance to the park, where the entrance to the park pointer is. Previously, hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear.
David.
Yeah, so previously, this is where the entrance to the park was. You can see the building, there's a major road and so on. But this is not a problem because it will affect maybe a few people. They can easily move the park to the other side. The biggest problem is this. This is a sewage treatment plant. And if at all, if the water continue rising like that, then we are likely to have a problem because immediately water reaches the ponds, then it means we'll be having an untreated waste mixing with water that people are drawing livelihoods from. So I believe this might be a big problem. So since you do not see, well, I think for water observation from space, I think we can continue interacting and I can be able to show this. Back to you with the little time I have. Back to you, Dr. Mugbe.
Thank you very much, David, for this good presentation. It's very informative how we can do the analysis and also compare with the other validation tools. And also for the purposes of those who joined us, we've been joined later by Betha, Wallace, and Stella, is that we've had a presentation from Kairia on the coastal erosion. Then David was sharing the mapping of the water extent of Lake Nakuru as an example. And now we are looking for the third volunteer today, who happens to be no other than Sir Wallace. Over to you, Wallace, sir.
Hello, hello. Good day to all. Hello.
Yes, Wallace. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm having a little bit of challenge there. So if you can give me the next presentation, so I end the presentation once I finish with it.
No problem, Wallace. Any questions for David from Arshimadi on his presentation on the water extent? Do you have any comments from Edward or Robus on the presentation?
No, I think it's a very interesting presentation. Thank you.
Edward, to you, sir. So thank you very much, David and Karia, for the good presentation. Today we will also be joined by Peter from Rwanda. Maybe you can greet us, Peter.
Hello. The presentation was wonderful and somehow helpful for the other country. Thank you.
So Peter, your volume was a little bit low, but if you have any chance, you can greet us again.
I was yes. Good. Hello.
Okay, thank you very much, Peter. Stella, any greetings for us today? And what are you currently working
on? Hi. So currently I'm working on Makueni County. IFAD is trying to, under the climate and energy project, they are trying to map the changes in land use, land cover, and how it will influence the implementation of any energy project in that particular county. So actually I'm planning to use Digital Earth Africa still on the same. Probably if we'll have another session, or I'll just share the PDF on the slide next week, because my presentation will be on Tuesday on land use, land cover changes using Digital Earth Africa. Yep, that's what I'm currently working on.
Thank you very much, Stella. Any Musa from Dila, greetings to us.
Hello, hi to everybody. I'm Musa for those newcomers, and fortunately, doing good. I've never faced any challenge, and I'm following up the sessions. It's so.
So thank you very much, Musa. Charles Kofi, it's nice kind of you that you join us today. Any update on your side on the kind of work you plan to, you're working on?
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Charles. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And good morning and good day to everyone. And sorry for my lateness and my intermittent absenteeism. And my office has been a little bit busy. So it's like every time there's a crash and I have to. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, Charles, sir.
Oh, okay. So I have to manage today at least. I have another crash one, but I have to manage and be here to see what is going on before I can maybe be permitted to move again. I have gone through all the documents. I've even printed hard copies, which I've been going through on my own, making sure that I'm not too much far behind. I have a couple of ideas that I want to implement using the digital model yet. So I'm yet to present something, but not immediately. So I'm still learning from the presentation of others. And I hope if I have any difficulty, I will let the group be aware, and where I will get assistance, I know somebody prepared to help me. So I'm still learning, and I want to look at the presentation and also learn new things that I can also implement. Thank you for the time, Kenneth. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, Charles, for joining us. Any other person who's been left out, as Wallace is working on his technical presentation, or also we could receive volunteers for next week's presentation. One of them has been Stella. She's working on something. She might have some results next week, Wednesday, that she might share with us. I can see David raising his hand.
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Any other volunteer for next week? And I believe for those who've completed the course might have received their certificate, and congratulations in advance. And also, Charles, please continue to work on the exercises, and soon your certificate will be in your inbox. Edward, any update for us?
Ken, I think currently no update. The certificate that I think the certificate has also been going out to those that have completed the 6 weeks training. As time goes on, we continue to also bring in more tutorials on the training so that it can also help us utilize the platform very well. But so far, thank you for the presentation from Karia and David. It was a very nice presentation. I really enjoyed it, and happy to know that the platform has actually started to be used for use cases that you just shared with us. And now as time goes on, you are going to get a more nice and complicated scenarios that the platform will help us achieve them more.
Thank you, Edward. August, any comments for us?
No comments right now, but I'm very happy seeing the presentations and what people have been doing with this. So.
Thank you, August. I think Wallace is working on his presentation. And in any case, Wallace, in case you're not able to present today, we can always have you next week. I understand maybe you're organizing your work, and also there are some.
Hello.
Yes, Wallace.
Yeah, I would like to start with something. The issue I had was with loading a shapefile and the size. So I had to run side by side to get the work done. So I'll present it in 2 bits on the vegetation.
Yes, please.
So without wasting much time, let me proceed with sharing of my screen to show what I have done so far. Hello, everyone.
Yes, Wallace. We can
Yeah,
see you now.
I started with one district from Upper West region, that's Sisala East District. And then I got the help of Mr. Edward to help me load the shape files from that district, which was a little bit of a problem due to the size at which the memory allocated to us. So I got challenged there. Hello?
I hear you.
Yeah, and then the memory allocated to us is about 16 gig, but the cluster required a lot of memory to run that shapefile to load it because Sisala East District was a very big file. Going further, I chose the coordinates which was picked and then used the vector file to load the shapefile in a polygon, and then came down to load and then view the Landsat data on it. And then with that, I chose 2 days, and then I think that should be here. Okay, I picked 2019. 2019. I chose 2018 and then 2020. And then my time baseline was 2019 December. From here, you can see the exact area I was trying to locate, which is close to a forest reserve. And I got a free flow of water from up north, that's Burkina, which passes between the forest reserve and then by the district. Aside all that, I noticed from my field view and then the data we got from the facts and figures that there has been low production from between those dates, which was due to the climate, that's the weather pattern, and then dry of the river flowing through that side, and then bushfire due to the dryness within the dry season. So it brought down production. I proceeded, well, I didn't get much data because after filtering, I got 10, which I had to work within that 10. So this is the time difference I got. That's the first one is the 2019, the second is the 2020. Computing the band indices, I went further to compute again, and then got 10 again, then brought out this green vegetation index. Mr. Ken, I'd like to be taking deep into uploading the shape files. It's actually giving a little bit of problem. Can I get a help there? Mr. Edward tried with me, but I'm having challenges presenting it because it gives an error.
Very sorry, Wallace. Edward is here to react. Edward, please.
Hello, Alice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think loading of the shape files, you have to there are certain things I have to explain for you to get it. Because first of all, the coordinate, the district you sent to me didn't have, it wasn't referenced. So you have to set the reference, the coordinate system. So if the data you put, it doesn't have a coordinate system, it's going to give you a problem. So those ones I have to explain them to you. But because you wanted to load the shifter, that's why I loaded that area for you to work with it.
Okay.
So that one is involved. Yeah, I have to explain it further for you to get it. But one of the things is, first of all, before you can shift file into the system, you have to it has to get a coordinate system. So you have to project it to a coordinate system. That can easily be that the system can actually recognize it. If you don't provide that coordinate system, it will plot it, but it will send it to a different area, which will make the work quite difficult for you.
Okay.
So I think the one you sent to me lacked that one, but I was able to project it and I use it for you.
Okay.
Just to load the area.
Okay, thanks. I think, honorable members, so far, this is what I have gone through. And this is the stage I've got to. So I'm still looking deep into how to get good results out of what I'm doing.
Congratulations, Wallace. I think from where we started with you with the RDC, this is very much good progress because you are not able to do for Sisala district, and with this is very much possible. And maybe I was requesting for Edward, we could have a session in the next session where we can show the step for loading the shape file, because I also saw David ask a question about the same and also how we can export the work, or if Edward has access to his computer.
Okay. Yes. Let me answer David's question. David, please, if you want to export a final product to your local machine, kindly visit the frequent. There's this folder called the frequent use code, frequently used code. Under the frequently used code, there's another notebook called exporting geotiffs. Exporting geotiffs. So yeah, it gives a summary of how to export your data to your local hard drive after you've gotten the final product.
Okay.
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 Yes, please. So if you encounter any problem, let us know. Let Ken and I know. Then we follow up with you to help you on that.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I think let me also Ken, please, you asked another question. I forgot. I've forgotten that question.
Yes, the question was this far, Wallace has done very good work, and we are very happy. Is whether you have access to your computer, and Wallace can help you share your screen so that maybe you can show them whatever you mentioned right now, as most of us are able to see by seeing how the folders are arranged. And if you may,
Oh, okay. Okay, Ken. Thank you. So let me share my screen. Okay. So first of all, for if you want to know how to export a final product such as this, what you've seen here, to your local machine, and later on maybe open it with ArcGIS or QGIS so that you can do a further analysis or add other data sets to it to see the output. What you do is go to the frequently used code. Under the frequently used code, there's another notebook called exporting geotiffs. So if you click on the exporting geotiffs, it gives you a guideline on how to export your final product into a geotiff file that you can download it from, after you've developed whatever you want to the product that you have developed from it. So for instance, if you look at the real world folder, I downloaded 2 different files, which was these files that are shown here. So these 2 files that are shown here, I downloaded them using the exporting geotiff function. That's the write_corp. I use that function to download it. So if you want further information, when you come to this particular notebook, you're going to see how to export it from it also. Okay.
Thank you very much. This is very much informative, moving from some of the small challenges to actually presenting our work. Thank you very much, Wallace, for presenting the work to us. And I was asking if there's any question from the group. I saw Charles very happy with this area. I don't know if Charles, you've been to this region or you have some feedback for us.
Yeah. Hello, Ken.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity. And I want to thank my colleague Wallace for doing a good job. And he has thrown a very good challenge to me that I should also do something. What I will add to my colleague's work is that he was trying to explain some of the causes for the change in vegetation through maybe, let me say, observation or verbal. But you can see that factors that affect vegetation can be rainfall, can be temperature, can be humidity, and some few climatic factors. If we can get rainfall figures or temperature for the same steady area, then we know that where the vegetation is declining, we look at the corresponding climatic factors, whether they are also following the same direction. Then that one will give us the scientific explanation that, oh, okay, vegetation is going down within this month, within this period. The dry season, what are the rainfall figures in the dry season that are corresponding to the low value in vegetation that is observed? At times, some of these factors precede the vegetation because there should be a dry period before the vegetation will dry up. So with that set of adjoining data will help Wallace a short research to be complete, being explained by scientific observation. This is the only thing I want to add about it. He has done a very good job, and I'm so happy about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Charles. And also, since you're coming from the, yes. I was trying to say that Charles is coming from the Ghana Statistical Service, so possibly there is some statistics that they collect on the ground. So I was trying to also to relate on how we can have this ecosystem. We have the tool working, and we have the data from the Ghana Meteorology, and also the data from the Ghana Statistical Service, which can explain to us at the social or the small livelihood level how things are in that particular district or particular area. So I'm trying to help us think within an ecosystem kind of environment that we all need each other, and that's how we succeed. Thank you very much. So what is your reaction?
Yes, I was able to get the regional rainfall data, but I couldn't get a district, which I'm still working on. I don't know if I'm able to bring that data up. Ken and Edward can help me with something with from that.
I can see David raising his hand. I think there's a portal where we can connect this data with the data queue, which is something we are working on. But I'm positive with the, I'll be able to share with you a separate source that can give you an overview of this, and David can add something. David, over to you, sir.
So sorry, I thought it was about if I don't know the kind of data is looking for that is rainfall related, but depending with the area is interested in, we can have a look and maybe share some of the easily available data sets. Just give me the timelines and the area, then I should be able to extract that for you.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you very much. I'll do so. I'll do so, David. Thank you very much. So grateful.
Ken, hello.
Yes, sir.
I want to find out whether Wallace can also bring as a background any water data, like because water also informs vegetation. It could be that there could be a groundwater flowing through that steady area. So even though it is a dry season, the water is getting, the plants or the vegetation is getting groundwater. At times, these are the caveats that may defeat the scientific knowledge that when the weather is dry and there's no water, automatically vegetation should disappear or it should decline. But where there's enough groundwater and the place is marshy and there's a discharge from aquifer, it will also help in explaining some of the vegetation changes that are not happening across the entire study area. So let's see if we can bring a little background data on water too, water itself, aside the rainwater. Thank you very much.
So Wallace, don't worry very much from the comments. It's just that we have a group of experts within ourselves, which helps us to see some areas that we can tap to, some other sources of data that we can look at. And I also am aware the group in some institutions in Burkina Faso have been working on the groundwater situation coming to the border with Upper Ghana. So I think there are very much opportunities of where we can connect some of these opportunities. So Wallace, thank you very much for this presentation, and I wish to welcome any other reactions from this group, just as we see if we can wind up now or we can extend by another 1 hour based on your honorable members. So I can see everyone is happy with this presentation, and this much we've reached, it's only because of your participation and the use case that you're able to share, which gives us an opportunity. Also next week we can receive more volunteers to share some of their work. So I'm looking at ourselves having even if we have 5 presentations, this would be very much useful for us to help us tap into some areas, tap into expertise from our colleagues here and there. David, do you have some comments for us before we wind up the sessions today?
So for today, I'd like to say I'm just grateful for all the presenters. I included, I'll try to look into something. Of course, try to collect a lot of other data from other sources and be able to see, we can have a bigger picture in one of the case studies that I'm trying to look into. Then if time allows next week, I will also be able to present it, depending with how much I'll be able to do it between today and next week or Wednesday. Thank you.
Thank you very much, David. Any presentation from any of you is very important for us because it also helps us to see how we can improve the tool, or even where we can add some data sets, or where we can guide you, like in the use case where Wallace was guided on where he can add some shapefiles. I think if there's any other reaction, we can almost wind our session. Or Edward or August, do you have anything for us?
Not right now. Kenneth, just FYI, I am beginning to teach a class next week, so I will have to drop off a live session at 2:40, but that shouldn't really affect anything, or 2:40 our time.
No problem, Professor. No problems. So, Edward, sir.
Hello. Please, can I make a request?
Yes, please.
The memory size at which we run, is there a possibility of it being increased for us?
I think Edward is looking into this. Yes, Edward.
Yeah, we are looking into that. So very soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
So on the same, Edward, any comments for us before we wind our session?
I think I'm happy about the presentation that came today, and if maybe when you are going through it and you encounter any problem, or you have any suggestion that you wanted to implement but you find it difficult to implement, let us know and work on it. One of the takeouts that I've taken from today's live session is we will talk to the team and see if you can create a training material on how to import external data, the ones you have on your machine, such as the shapefile or the JSON, into the sandbox and use it. And also, although I also showed you where you can export the GeoTIFF, I think we're also going to make a training material around these two things and make it available on the site so that anyone who wants to use it can actually go through that one also. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Edward. So in case there's no other comment from the group, I'm so grateful for your time. This far we've reached is because of your participation, and I'm also looking forward. Yes, Wallace.
Please, I'd like to add this to what among the things Edward is going to help us to get. The rainfall pattern which David promised, seeing if he can get for us, if he can give us as an example of how to add that, it will also help.
Thank you very much, Wallace. This has been noted.
Okay.
So any other comment before we wind up our session? And we are so grateful this far we've reached. God has kept us safe amid COVID. Most of us have been able to achieve some of the very good work that you're doing. And I believe also next week we'll be having more presentations. And we are very happy to continue with these live sessions every week on Wednesday based on your feedback. Thank you so much. I believe we can end our sessions today. I was not able to do the screenshot photos. Sorry, sir and madams.
Okay, thank you so much and bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.